All right, I have this nice mix of forest floor covering. And here I started some here. This was just kind of like a first coat, and I got to vacuum all that up. But I went and spray painted this some dark brown just to give it a little darker undertone. Now I can go back through here. This was just kind of a muddy test I wanted to do. What is this stuff? It's that. It's this portion that I'm grinding up in the blender. And I get this nice mix here. I don't know what kind of plant this is, but it was growing along the side of the highway up by Interstate 81, and there weren't a whole lot of them, but I was able to find a batch of them here and a batch of them there when I was on my way to the UPS drop-off place. But what I'll do is I'll just take it and break it into little pieces like this, shove it down into the hopper there. So you gotta shake it. And these pieces are a little big. So once I get it ground up a little bit, I can pour that in there. Make sure we got everything. And then these I'll put back in. And we'll go at it again. You get about that much to begin with. All right, so it's Friday, late in the day, and I just had to take a Trackside call. I got prints printing on the printer up there, 2 of them, and I got this stuff here I'm trying to finish up. But I'm back here grinding up this stuff, and I just wanted to point out something funny. I just had to go up front and answer the Trackside phone, and it was a customer from California, and his name is Joel. So Joel, first of all, we want to thank you for your order. You'll always be remembered as the guy that called me while I was operating my mother's old blender here. And the funny thing about it was, he actually said, "Hey Joey, I bet you're busy in the back filming for a video or doing some kind of scenery stuff." And it's just really weird that I just happen to be back here doing it at the same time. So thanks, Joel, we appreciate it. So there you have a nice mix, and you have your leftovers. They look like logs. They really do. That looks like a piece of log. But I'll show you something here. This tree, and I'm guessing we're gonna call this a pine tree, but that tree right there, the trunk was made with that stuff right there. Basically, I just stripped it down, kind of sanded it a little bit, and then I added in some of this stuff. I got a whole truckload of it, sorta. But I'm using this as the branches, and then I kind of coat it with some flock, that sort of thing, seal it in. I don't know if that's going to change colors. We're going to find out. If it does, I'll airbrush it. This is being used as O scale, but you could certainly do a rendition of this for smaller scales. So I'm going to start working up the top there. And really all I'm doing is spraying the famous Super 77 spray adhesive. I'm trying to get it up in between the trees a little bit up there. I'm not so worried about it because you're not really going to see that, but I want this area in here in case you can kind of see through. You know, you can actually see the scrub and all that. All right, so the reason I'm not filming everything I'm doing is because I really haven't had a lot of time. But you see I have this sprayed with the spray adhesive, and up in the back here I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just going to put on a light coat of this stuff. I don't want to waste it up there where the visual area is. All right, so I have this light coat on here now, and I'm going to take some hairspray, just kind of from a distance, just so that stuff doesn't come flying off. And then I'm going to take that same material in this little strainer, and this way I can get a little extra cover, finer grains, that sort of thing. But again, right in the areas that you are going to be able to see through the foreground trees, But that does look decent. I'm gonna keep moving here. So we're gonna keep on rocking up here. I got some more of that stuff ready to go, and we're gonna try to fill in this hill so I can keep some trees going. Incidentally, I have a bunch of scenery products on order, a bunch of the leaf material, some other things. All right, so I got this upper portion covered. And I think for what it is, it looks good. It looks like a forest floor. And it's a little wet, but you get the idea. Looks like they just logged it, huh? So what I normally don't do is I normally don't do the front of the layout before I do the back, but because of the video sequences I wanted to do, and remember in the previous video I said I started on this because I wanted to, is because, well, I wanted to. Well, of course I have to come back and I have to kind of clean some of that up. But the basic scenery's there, and now I can go back and fix my trees here and do all that, since I kind of know what I want in terms of trees. I want a nice mix. And I may redo these now, but it is what it is. I just do things as I feel like doing them. But that's not bad. Forest floor covering. Budget. Put your logs in, down trees, put some rocks in there. I knew this was going to be a short video, but I didn't have a lot of time this week. Look at the mess. Yeah, but these work pretty good for that stuff. I think it looks pretty good. You could certainly use some leaf material and things like that, but this looks pretty good for what it is. It's going to be a very dense wooded area, so you're not really going to see the forest floor that much anyway, so